I think one of the key things that I'm learning from this morning's talks is to be self-expressed. I think self-expression is something we really owe ourselves as human beings to, to really listen to that calling, that intuition, and get it out there, to be self-expressed in any way you can, because it's always better out than in. So this leads us perfectly to our last session of the summit. It's gone pretty fast. We have a creative warrior in the house. This warrior is absolutely phenomenal. You are going to love her. She is the wonderful Dorota Chioma, who's an artist, a poet. She's a writer based in London. And after years of self-suppression that she's been going through, and self-sabotage for her own well-being, she's rediscovered her creativity through art therapy, following an independent artistic journey of her own. Dorota is also going to be doing a little exercise with you, which is going to be very, very powerful. Art became her medicine, without which she was unable to cope with some of the mental health challenges she had. And she's using her art to explore different ways of channeling her energy into visual representation. So Dorota, we're going to hand over to you. Do what you do best. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. And like Avnie said, my name is Dorota, and I will guide you through my presentation, which I will share now. Okay, share. One second, slideshow. Okay, so art is my medicine. I have my Instagram account, which I'm quoting here, but it will be reminded at the later stage. So how this all started? Well, my life was a rocky journey. I live with depression since I was a teenager, and my life had many ups and downs. And as a gifted child, I was perceived as a gifted child who could draw beyond average. I wasn't allowed to join an art school. Therefore, I did this, what teenagers do the best. I rebelled against it. I thought that if I can't be educated in art, then there is no point of me creating art, because I will never be good enough. So for many, many decades, I have suppressed my creative urges and just plod along the life. And the only art I was doing, it was the art and crafts that every mom does with her children. However, that led me to a certain distress. So it started from a despair, it was a very dark place where I found myself. I had gone through postnatal depression and near-death experience, followed giving the birth to my last child. And I had PTSD afterwards, and I was really, really unstable and couldn't see any purpose in being alive, being honest. However, when I reach the wall, I somehow find strength to reach out. So I reach out for help, and I was offered talking therapy, medication, and I started to improve. However, the breakthrough, it happened when just by chance, I was directed to some art sessions for moms with similar problems that I was asked to join. And although I was very skeptical, my mouse seems to be disappearing. Although I was very skeptical of how this is going to help me, I joined those classes. And rediscovery of my creativity helped me to reassemble myself. I started to do little of art daily while my baby was asleep. And I started to feel that I am releasing something that cannot be released even via words, that I am feeling better. So art became my medicine. I started to practice art on daily basis, and it all happened due to amazing facilitator at those art sessions who had a lot of belief in my abilities, and she gently pushed me to start doing it on daily basis. And I found that it helps, and it helped a lot. Therefore, I started to engage in art also to calm my anxieties, to reduce stress, to process what was happening to me or what was bothering me. And for a long period of time, I kept my art very personal and to myself. However, at some point, I started to receive feedback that I am representing struggles of others, and in that way, my art could potentially help others. So life was still throwing hurdles at me, and postnatal depression, PTSD, near-death experience. There was also grief on the way when my dad passed in first lockdown. So although I turned to art, it doesn't mean that my life became just a rainbow full of sweetness and beauty. Life was still doing its job, making things difficult at times. However, this made clear to me that barriers are always there in one form or the other. Nevin was very clear in putting there that there are external and internal barriers, and at every stage those barriers are there. So how did I overcome it? And I think that it will resonate with Nevin's story, that what stands in the way becomes the way. This is a quote after Marcus Aurelius, and it really resonates with me and my story because I painted through my postnatal depression. Therefore, my second book consists of artwork and poetry from that period of time. However, this is supposed to be my first book, but it was a second book. So there is another story and another barrier that I had to jump over to produce that piece of art. So what was the first? I keep painting through whatever life throws at me, and I very often refer to my mental health struggles in my art or states of mind. Therefore, the first book evidence part of this journey, and it's called Mental Health in Pictures. And that first book was supposed to be second. However, I had my first solo exhibition with this body of art, over 30 pieces, and not even 5 days into the solo exhibition, we had lockdown. And yeah, hello, my luck. As usual, it couldn't be straightforward, right? We have a lockdown, but I really wanted my art to be seen. So I decided, I need to find another way. I need to find a way in which that body of work could reach others. And then I spent 72 hours almost in one go to put everything into that book and publish that book to be able to share that part of the journey with a wider audience, although we were in lockdown. I still sail through grief, but a bit of that already influenced a book for children about getting old and how it is important to live now. It's titled The Land of Eternal Hands. And it's about two cats having a conversation about getting old and what may happen at some point. However, although it's a sad story, sad topic, there is an affirmation of life which my dad taught me through his love of nature and inflicting that love on me. he made me believe that, you know, we need to grasp the now, and this is what that little book is trying to pass as a message. In the last episode of Mania, I managed to collaborate with amazing artists and make many friends. Some of the artworks that were produced through collaborations are very personal and amazing pieces of art that I exchange art for art with those artists. I also illustrated two books, and each book, it was the journey itself that was amazing and inspiring. In the last episode of Mania, I couldn't sleep, hence I was exploring the topic and collaborated with another great expert in the field and fields previously mentioned, Dave Combs, who was a speaker yesterday, with whom we co-published This Sign Has Issues, Sleep and Mental Health, which is full of art as well as some of our research findings. So that was born through my last episode. And in the last episode of Mania, due to inability to sleep, due to the aspect that I couldn't stop pacing, I couldn't stand still, the only aspect that kept me really still was when I was doodling. And many images came out of that period of time, which I realized could form a great coloring book that is going to be titled Tinctured. But it's a bit delayed, as I'm currently trying to get through my depressive episode, and it takes a bit longer to get there. But you know what, I got here and I'm doing that presentation now, so I will get the two at some point. So life is a journey, and sometimes the art just plods along. Sometimes it just helps you to survive a day at a time, but each day is a little step forward. My motto is to keep moving, even if the steps are very little, they are still making me to move forward. And how I overcome the little barriers of inactivity sometimes, or lack of inspiration, is when I doodle. And I have a great exercise that I am going to show you that can relieve some stress and help you to calm your mind, to perhaps see the inspiration that you might have around. So if you have any paper around you, you just need a blank paper and a dark felt pen, and you are welcome to draw alongside me. And these are my Instagram and my Facebook, as well as my website. Should you feel to follow me, please do. And now I need to find the button to stop sharing. So I will just need to pin my screen. So just bear with me a second for you to have a good. Okay. Okay, so you should be seeing my screen. So that exercise is really about releasing the frustration, releasing the stress. So I call it an angry doodle. And sometimes I cover it, I color it in, as it is proven that 10 minutes of coloring in can really calm your stress. So I did a little example before the session, and this was, you will probably not believe me, but it was an angry scribble that I transformed. And when transforming it, which I will show you how, I colored it in, and then I started to see an image, and I believe it was meant to be, the word love came out of it, and little heart. So sometimes those scribbles can lead you somewhere, can lead you to an inspiration, or produce a beautiful piece of abstract art.
Sorry,
So, yeah.
sorry to interrupt you, Dorota. Can everybody see Dorota's second screen?
I pinned it to the main one.
I'm not seeing it. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so can perhaps
what's the name on your phone? I can pin it.
Gabdo's phone.
Okay.
I did pin it to the screen. Should I remove the pin and you pin it then?
No, there we go.
Got it?
Can you see that now? Everybody can.
I'm moving my paper.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I still can't see it. Can everybody else see it? No.
This might be due to the view that you have. If you put the speaker view in your Zoom,
Yeah,
rather than gallery.
I am on speaker view and I can't see it. And I don't think anybody else can either.
Okay. Well, we need our technological whiz to help us.
There's 2 pins. It's your phone and yourself. That's on there. Can everybody see that?
I think.
I'll just spotlight your phone. I think that might be probably better.
Yeah. Okay. So Dorota, right now we can see your sheet of paper, but we can't.
That's great.
See you.
That's great. So this is about, like I said, releasing the stress and anxiety. So you just think about what's bothering you at the moment, or about that frustration that you have, and you release an angry scribble or frustrated scribble. It's good to hold your pen like the child would. The reason is that you are then more likely to do it very intuitively rather than direct your hand. So you take the deep breath in, and at release, you do the scribble. Okay, looks like nothing, right? But the point is that now you are going to streamline those lines, and any intersecting line we will round to make it a whole. So what I mean by rounding and streamlining, if I move it like that, if you see that little oval here, I will go over it, and when it intersects, I will make sure that that intersection is colored in and streamlined. And at every corner, I will do the same. And do it attentively. Focus on streamlining those lines. And it's a bit about thinking that you are getting that frustration, how you took it out already, and you are now stroking it to become less annoying, more fluffy. And you go over every line and every intersection. It's a bit like drawing ovals within the pattern that you created. Making sure that the lines are nice and bold. When you do it slowly and attentively, at some point you may receive a nice state of flow, when you will be very consumed by what you do. And for me, very often, it helps me to be within now and connect with whatever may be in my mind and help me process it in a kind of meditative state. So every sharp corner, you think about it as rounding it to become less prickly, less sharp and annoying. Sometimes it's good to have a nice music on when you do that. If you love listening to music, if it doesn't disturb you. I sometimes just love the sound of the felt pen on the paper, but I am aware that to some it may be a bit annoying. So any intersection we are rounding. And you may find out that when you are doing that, at some point, a figure, a shape will emerge that strike your creativity, that you may color in and have clearly visible, but equally, you can take it away and work with it on another paper or another canvas. Does not need to happen. Sometimes just streamlining those intersections and lines is the relaxation itself. It doesn't need to finish in any kind of masterpiece or any idea. It's just for you to take that anger, that frustration away. And the beauty of it is, even if your hand shakes a bit and something goes a bit out of the line that you intended, you can always correct it. There is no wrong or right. You can add the line. If you start seeing any image in the pattern you create, you can enhance it. So you can add lines to make it come out. The big magic usually happens at the coloring in stage. Because the colors can help you see the figure that may emerge. You can rotate the paper, and sometimes rotation of the paper also helps you to see different shape or figure in it. So every line gets rounded. I sometimes refer to it as stroking an animal with a bit bad hair day. So you take all those spiky hair down and nice and smooth. And the same you do to that frustration that you released. So this is the pattern that I received. And this stage I would color in, but I'm sure and aware that it would be taking a bit of time. So I'm happy for you to finish at your own pace whenever you feel like. At the coloring stage, you may notice that there is somewhere still a spiky corner, and then feel free to round it. and make it smooth and streamlined. And this exercise is very easy to do even on the go, because you can just have a little bit of paper and a pen. I do those doodles even during meetings, as I have trouble focusing on audio information. So when I doodle, I listen better. Yeah, it's so simple that even it's good to do with your children if they find any stressful situation. And yeah, it produces amazing results and amazing pieces of art, and you can even do it on a large scale. So this is what I would like to offer, that if you have created alongside, or you want to try that exercise afterwards, which is fine, you could send a picture of it to Avnie's email, and we would then draw a winner. And the prize will be my free pack of postcards with early pieces, which is called, that one is called Art My Medicine, Journey, and I Am Fine. And that's it from me. If there are any questions.
Dorota, I think you're frozen. I can't hear you. Okay, well, she just, I'm sure she'll come back in a few seconds. Wow, what a powerful exercise. I don't want to stop. Now, it just takes a little push, right? You know, it just takes a little push for someone just to nudge you a little bit, and you do it. And then once you get that momentum going, it's just so rewarding. So this is what I created. Is Dorota? There you go, Dorota. We lost you for a few seconds.
Yeah, there was a dip in my Wi-Fi.
Okay, great. I'm glad you're back. So I just wanted to say, I absolutely love that exercise. I've never done anything like that before. And it just takes a little bit of instigation from someone or something, and just for us to start. And once we start, we can get that momentum going. I don't want to stop.
Yeah, it's very addictive. I forgot to forewarn you. Oh my God, that's an addiction that I have now, and it may become yours. So be careful. However, this is the point, that when we face any barrier, any artistic block, it's about putting that pen, that paintbrush onto the canvas or paper to do something, right? There is this, you know, this fear of what should I do. With that kind of exercise, there is no fear, because you are not asked to create anything. You are just asked to do a scribble. Everybody can scribble, right? And the process of streamlining it and making it round brings the calmness. So calms your like, I will go back to Naveen, your inner critics, to quiet down, and then something may come out to you, or even from that scribble. And that is why I find it so therapeutic, and I use it so frequently, because even if it doesn't strike the inspiration or anything, nothing will follow from it. At least I spent at least 10 minutes on doing something that releases stress.
Yeah.
And that's the bonus. And sometimes the barrier is finding those little wins, right? Okay, I perhaps didn't paint today. I didn't create much today, but I spent 10 minutes on doing some form of art, because hey ho, it's pen and paper, and you were doing some art just now. So that counts, and that's important, to do a little bit, and with time it will come.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned that, just a little bit, that's all it takes. And it literally takes a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper, and doing exactly what we did today, which, as you said, can be done on the move at any time. And I actually feel different. It's done something to me. I'd love for people to share in a moment what they've got out of this exercise. There's one thing I want to add as well. So many emotions were going through me whilst this exercise. There was and it's all mixture. There was a time where I was looking at your piece thinking, hers is better than mine, right? Or hers is slightly more curved and it's a bit more striking than mine. Or I was thinking, am I doing this right? Or I'm thinking, maybe I just make up a few lines so I can model the picture into how I want it, so to get that control back, you know, because it's not easy for us just to flow. We keep bringing these our own little talks, you know, kind of
inner barriers. We bring
Yeah.
inner barriers. That's like you said, you wanted to take control, which
Yes.
is, you know, at some stage is fine, you know, but at the beginning of the exercise, you know, until you round everything up, it's very important not to give in that
Yes.
control, because this is about free expression, about the flow, about calming down those inner voices that may be in a way of us creating something, you know, on that day.
Yeah, amazing. I can still see heads down, you know, finishing up. That's brilliant. You've really got us going now. What would be really nice is for those of you who have done something, maybe just pick it up and we can have a photograph of everyone's work. If you're brave enough to do that. If you're not, that's absolutely fine. Ooh, where's he showing off with his colouring now? Love it. Great work. And isn't it amazing? So, Rajan, shall we take a photograph? So Rajan's just going to take a picture. Let us know when you've taken a picture.
Give me a few seconds.
Yeah. Great work, guys. Amazing what we can create in such short time.
Excellent. That's brilliant.
Thank you. And I can really see these pieces of art, which, you know, especially with a bit of colour, each of ours will be totally different. And as Dorota kindly offered, she's going, if you could send your, in fact, you can send whatever you want. If you feel you want to send it as it is, that's absolutely fine. If you wish to colour it in whichever medium you prefer, amazing. But send it through to the 80/20 Artist Facebook group. Rajan's going to add the link at the bottom. Or you could email it to me at info@artbyavnie.com. And then Dorota will pick one winner and send those beautiful postcards to you. So also, sorry, be sure when you do send it, send your contact detail, or in fact, maybe just your social media address, whatever you're comfortable with, so we know how to get in touch with you. Amazing. Now, we've got a little bit of time. Does anybody want to share what they've got out of this exercise? Go for it, Wes.
Yeah, thank you. Again, a fantastic speaker. Well done, Dorota. That was an absolutely amazing exercise. I'll actually put more colour on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, thank you so much. Over the last couple of days, everything that we've heard from everyone and picked up, I've definitely took a lot from this, and feel that, you know, the people that I've met today and throughout this, we can maybe do some collaborations, make some artwork together, and sort of broaden our horizons as artists, really. Again, Bobo's yesterday, absolutely, I mean, that footage in Cameroon when the gunshots were going off, that really hit deep, that, because, you know, we as artists don't ever experience nothing like that. You know, that doesn't come on our radar at all. And for someone like that to still create and have that passion to want to create, even though all that craziness is going on around them, seeing those kids light up and painting and creating in that environment, to me, that was just so inspiring, and how powerful art is. And no matter what we experience in life, or no matter what we go through as people, that art and that platform that we use to use it either to escape or to just create out of pure passion. I think it's absolutely an amazing thing that we possess as artists, and it's an amazing gift that we have and we can show to everyone else in the world, and hopefully they can take on a little bit too and inspire them to want to create their own work and become an artist like ourselves.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Wes. Do you want to just share, how did you feel while you were creating that doodle Dorota just shared with us?
Very free.
Yeah.
To be honest, at first, I actually stabbed it that hard. I stabbed the paper and it ripped the paper. So
that's very common. That's very common. And it's no wrong in doing so. You need to take that frustration out, the anger out, because otherwise it will eat you from inside.
Yeah, but no, that's a fantastic little exercise that you've created there, and I feel like maybe I could use that in my own work in the future as well. Because looking at it so far, I can already see things in it that maybe I could turn into something. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that.
Amazing.
I'm glad it helped.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wes. Would anybody else like to share what they got out of this little exercise and what really showed up for them? Any emotions, any limiting beliefs, anything that was trying to get that control back? Yep, go for it.
So basically, it was just really interesting to know that however famous you get, however often prominent artist you get, you still go through the same phases as everyone else, like the ebbs and flows, the block that you get. That was really interesting to know, that it's not just an amateur artist who gets that, it's everyone who gets that. So it's not a bad thing, it's just working your way through it, and that block may open another doorway which you didn't know would have existed if you hadn't had that block. So this summit has just been a massive mind opener about just everything, like people's experiences and how they've overcome it, and how they are constantly overcoming it. So it was really amazing. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Ekta. That's really lovely words, and it's always great to hear. Absolutely. Anybody else would like to share anything? This is an open platform, and I think we as artists really need to be more self-expressed and vocal, because there's a message Naveen just put, artist's job is to create a better future, and we've got quite a responsibility to get ourselves out there, get our voices out there and be heard in whichever way we can. Anybody else wants to share either what they got out of this exercise or something they've learned from the summit?
Well, I think you said something, Avnie, that is very important, that imprisoning that inner voice and not letting it out in your expressive ways. Well, I am an example where it can lead you. So it's very important not to be the barrier creator in your own journey, to find a way to release the energies that we feel that should be released. Yes. To make us better people and happier.
Absolutely, and if we feel happier within ourselves, the ripple effect of that, it touches and moves so many more mountains and people. And anybody else?
I'll say a little something. Hi Dorota, that was lovely. I just created this this little piece here. Which was fun. It's a great way to start something and build on this. So it's amazing. Thank you. I was just saying that when I run during lockdown, I ran like kids classes and things, and this is exactly a very similar technique that I would have used to get them to start something. And what came out of those was that the parents would do it alongside as well, and they would have said, oh, I haven't picked up a pencil in years. So it was just really lovely to hear that feedback, and the fact that we can get people or parents even to get back into doing something creative and calming for them as well. So thank you for that, Dorota. It's been really lovely.
You're very welcome.
Great to hear
And
your journey.
as you said, a very important thing that we do not need to create an art to create a masterpiece.
Absolutely.
Creating can be fun and can be liberating within our own home, four walls, and we don't need to share it with the world, but it can bring the properties, healing properties and release that are so important in nowadays very quick and paced life. That, like you said, yeah, we are scared to pick up that pencil or pen because we haven't done it from the childhood, but nobody needs to see. You can have a sketchbook that is hidden under your mattress, you know, but still do some exercises to help you live better and calmer life.
Absolutely. And I ran a similar one for this, but it was like a group of business owners. So I literally got them to draw a fish in this sort of style and then like just like draw and doodle, and it was fantastic. But it was just funny that the subject was a fish.
Yeah. Now, Kiona, I know some of the work you are doing, and you are making such a big difference and really cultivating people to use more of their creative skills. So keep going.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And it was a fantastic summit. Lovely to hear. Ruth, I loved your work. It's amazing. And the story is just brilliant. And Wes, I love all of your work. It's so bold and vivid. It's fantastic. And yeah, listening to Brobo's yesterday, you know, that gunshot video was just, you know, I was still thinking about that after, because, you know, we're so lucky in this country. You know, we don't tend to see stuff like that. So that was, yeah, you know, heart-wrenching, but it's just amazing what you're doing as well, Bobo. Incredible, everyone. Just carry on, keep inspiring. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Bobo, your story keeps coming back. You've really moved a lot of people with your video footage and your words. Wow. So yeah, I'm just looking at the chat now. Artists are instrumental in society today more than ever. We really do have the power to make a huge difference. This is all the more reason to not keep our art within us. You know, we're too self-obsessed with how we're feeling or what other people might think, and all these barriers. Let's just knock them down. Let's knock these barriers down, because we don't have space for them anymore. Our art needs to be out there. People need to appreciate what is here and now. And if we don't do it, nobody else is. Our art is something only we can create. Whatever's inside you, no one is going to get that out. So it's your duty to do the right thing, which doesn't have to be hard, which we keep going back to Naveen's talk, which was so powerful. It doesn't have to be art. Let's keep being graceful to ourselves and listen to our intuition and just get our art out. And in whichever form it comes out, let it be. Let it be.
Yeah, you said something important, that let's break those barriers, let's break those walls. But you know what? If you are at the point in life that you struggle or you lack a bit of strength to just break through it, paint on it.
Yes.
Avnie, I think we have Sue Gerard from Cameroon, I think wants to say something. I'll just put him on.
Absolutely. Sue, welcome from Cameroon.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm actually from Cameroon, but I'm based in Maryland, USA. I was invited to this seminar by Bobo Lennox. He introduced me into arts, he trained me, and it's a pleasure being part of this conference. I've learned a lot, but I just wanted to pick, to highlight the statement when Dorota Chioma was presenting. There's a statement that really caught my attention, that what stands in the way becomes the way. I mean, if we focus on that's like a summary of whatever is a barrier becomes a stepping stone. And that was the focus of this conference. And I really just want to say I learned a lot. I don't know where to start, where to end. I learned a lot. I thought that coming from Cameroon, that is only artists in Cameroon that face challenges, but meeting people from different parts of the world, expressing their challenges and how they overcome those challenges has inspired me even more. And I think I will do a little more than what I'm currently doing. I thought that we had challenges, but there are challenges everywhere. And I think when we come together like artists, it's better for us to work as a group, learn from each other, support each other, and grow. Thank you for bringing us, making this platform, making it possible for us to meet each other. And in subsequent conferences, I would like to be part of it and maybe even present too. Thank you.
That's just filled my heart with love. Thank you so much for those beautiful words. And thank you, Bobo, for inviting me here today. I love the fact that this is a very small world. This is an open platform for people all around the world, whether you're an artist or not. This space is for everyone. So thank you very much. We've had a few things in the, a few chats, few words in the chat, should I say. Judith is saying exercise is liberating to stay calm. Absolutely, Judith. And thank you for those words. We have got so many people loving the exercise and really got a lot from it. Dorota, thank you very much. Could I just request one thing? That photograph we took didn't quite come out right. Is it possible just to have another photograph with everybody doing their work? Thank you. Rajan, are you okay to take the photograph?
I show my work, but I don't like it because it's...
Please hold it up.
Judith, we are here to remove those limiting beliefs, all right?
Okay, 1 second. Perfect, that's fine. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Judith, that's exactly what we're here for. As Dorota did mention, it's like doesn't quite come into this story, right? Like, whether you like it or not, whether it's wrong or right, whether you know what people think. These are all part of the limiting beliefs. Let's throw them out of the window.
And you know, if the feeling of not liking it is you know, quite strong, and you would like to get rid of it, think about it. You released the anger and frustration here, right? You don't like the outcome, that's fine. Just shred it to pieces. This may be very therapeutic itself, that you will just get rid of it. This can help your mind to perceive it, that you dealt with that frustration or anger that you expressed, and just, you know, damage it permanently. So whatever way it works for you, you don't need to keep it. You can damage it. The point is about getting the properties of calm and releasing stress. And if something comes out of it, it's the cherry on the top of the cake. But if nothing, then that's fine. At least you had some relaxation.
Yeah, totally. You know, we've all heard that it's in the process rather than the destination. So it's the whole process of creating it. And if it is something you just throw away, that's fine. But it's what you get, what you learn from the process of doing it is where the true magic lies. Beautiful.